Guys, welcome back. Hey, today we're gonna do a Waffle House inspired dish, compliments of my boss. My boss, not my wife. So, let's preface that, not my wife, boss. My boss of my regular job. Some of you don't know, I do have a full-time job as well, and I also do these lovely videos for y'all. But talking to him, and he was like, Hussey, and he calls me Hussey. I love going to Waffle House. I love Waffle House. And I thought that was kind of interesting because, well, he's a little bougie sometimes. But at any rate, he said he loves the breakfast bowl. I was like, what's this breakfast bowl? So I don't go to Waffle House personally. But, you know, I got the interwebs. I got the Google machines, right? And thankfully, I can research it. So the breakfast bowl is basically hash browns, a double hash browns, and they cover it with American cheese. All right, the best cheese. And to put my spin on it, I didn't see, you can add whatever you want. I looked online. You can do ham, you can do bacon, you can do sausage. I mean, really, the sky's the limit on what you can do. So I don't even know if this is really a spin, so to speak, but you know, this is how I'm going to do it. First things first, I was peeling an onion right there. First things first, Waffle House uses dehydrated potatoes. Everybody's like, how do I get them Waffle House hash browns? Well, you got to have these, and you can get these. I got these at the Walmart, and what you have to do is, and I've done one right here, they're already hydrated, is you fill it up. The instructions are nice. I was going to show you, but honestly, you really don't have to. Fill it up to the mark, let it sit for about 15 minutes. Drain the water if you have water. It looks like I don't. And that's it. And as you can see, look at those suckers, Jacob. Those things are way thicker. Now I do get some from the restaurant store, Restaurant Depot, and they are a little bit closely resembles the Waffle House, probably more so than this right here. The strands aren't quite as long, but I wanted to try to get, I actually have those, but I wanted to get what people can get readily available. Okay, so I got a onion, and I want to do a red pepper. I like red peppers, probably the best. And just a little tip, get you a sharp knife, cut the top, cut the bottom, and you just take that said knife and you just run around just like that, and there you go. Look at that. You got a nice little piece of pepper, and I don't throw these away. I try to use everything. And what you can do is just come in, and I just want a small dice on this. I don't want a real big piece of pepper, and we don't need a whole lot. We're going to make a couple servings here. Okay, so I think that might be plenty. Stack those dudes up just like that. Now just run your knife right through it, just like this. And there you have perfect little diced red peppers. I love red peppers. Okay, so you know, you want to go ahead and get your griddle up to temperature. All right, I've got it on a low temperature. Reference this griddle temperature guide. Got this on my website. I got a free version you can print off, and also have a version that you can buy. I'll ship it to you right from my basement, and you can put it right onto your griddle just like that. Also have a meat temperature guide as well. So that way you can temp your meat and you know what's right. Back to our scheduled programming. Just gonna come, and I want relatively the same size of my peppers. And again, this is really one serving. We're making one bowl basically. And there you go. All right. I don't know how many the hash browns make. Listen, our griddle is up to temperature. We're going to head over here, and we're going to get to cooking our hash browns because they take a while. So focus your attention right here. This is clarified butter, liquid gold. We did a video on this, how to make this liquid gold. It's one of the best things you can use for griddle, for your oil at least. All right, now we have our box of hash browns. Now Jacob wanted to be cute and make a snide remark about my servings, but this says 7 servings. 7. I don't know about that. Take your spatula, and now depends on the person how you want your taters. Some people like them, you know, kind of crispy. If you like them kind of crispy, you want to make sure you fan these out, you know, quite a bit so that you know, it gets that griddle top love. All right, but some people like it crispy, and then they want it, you know, kind of soft inside. But then you want to pile those up, and then, you know, like I think at Waffle House it's like a scattered, and then the regular is like they use a mold. It comes in, you know, like a circular mold. So first things first, we got clarified butter down on top. If you watch them at Waffle House, they put more on top of that. And then we're going to season these up because they're taters. And how do we season our taters up? We season them with heifer dust. That's right, a little heifer dust. I'm going to throw that away. Now, we're going to get our onions. We're going to get our peppers. Now see, Jacob, do you think that's going to feed 7 people? Do you think that's going to feed 7 people? You might get 2 out of that. I mean, really.
Maybe 3.
No. I've watched you eat. You're scrawny, but you can eat too. You eat just as much as I do. A little bit of clarified butter there. And also a little bit of heifer. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. A little bit of heifer right there too. All right. We're just going to saute those up. All right, so the idea here for your hash browns, I've done hash browns before. Well, number one, I want to know what kind of hash brown fan you are. Are you like them crispy all the way, like all scattered? You like a little chew to it? And then, you know, dehydrated potatoes, I think, is the best way to go with hash browns. Some people say you gotta grind your own, Hussey. I just can't get the great results. And then some people want to do frozen. So let me know down below. I want to know what you like. All right. We're gonna let this go for hash brown potatoes. Take a while, about 5 minutes on this side. And what we want to do is we want to start looking for a nice crisp edge to start forming. And then we know, you know, our eyes says, yeah, it's ready. All right. So about 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, you can see the edges here. You can see the crispy little bits from the hash browns. So we're going to flip these now. This is a pretty good indication of they're ready. All right. So I'm going to try and flip a lot of these at one time. May or may not work. It didn't. So there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm going to put these over here where I got a nice hot spot right in there. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to fan these back out. I want to get these kind of in a square. That's what Waffle House does, or what it looked like. Okay. Our peppers and onions, I've every so often on the 5 minutes, I just kind of stirred these around. These are ready for me. So I'm just going to put these up towards the top here, and we're just going to let those hang out. All right. Got my zones going here. I got a low here. Actually, I don't think I mentioned this. This middle, I kind of got a little hotter for these hash browns. So I think what we can do now, while those hash browns are getting ready, getting happy on that side, is I want to do some sausage. I was kind of up in the air about what kind of sausage, do I, or not what kind of sausage, but what kind of breakfast meat do I use? Do I use bacon? You know, do I use sausage? I thought, man, sausage, I love sausage for breakfast. So I got a pound of sausage here, and I got about a half pound. And I'm just going to put this down, kind of mash it onto the griddle top. That way it kind of gets a crust, and then we're just going to break that up. But we're not done there, friends. We're not done. No, sir, Bob. I like ham. A little ham with hash browns, cheese, you know, all the kind of good stuff. So I got a little diced ham that I want to get onto the griddle. I'm going to put it over here. A little bit of diced ham, okay? A little bit. There we go. All right. A pretty little diced ham. And I got this zone over here. I got it on a low. So it's got a low. about a medium, and then a low over here. That's the cool thing about a griddle. If you really needed to, you can cut this side off or cut that side off, and then that way this is totally kind of cool over there. Again, whatever strikes your fancy. Now, because I know taters or hash brown taters, they require a lot of seasoning. So we're gonna season this other side. We seasoned the one side, but didn't season that. So again, we're gonna let this go for 5 minutes or so. Sausage, we're probably gonna turn it after a little bit and start crumbling that up. I really wanna make sure I get a lot of nice caramelization on that one side. So, all right guys, so we're pretty much done. We just gotta cook the eggs. Our griddle is off. I got the thing just at idle. All the residuals gonna keep everything warm. But now, we gotta cook our eggs. And if you know, eggs, kind of difficult. And if you know anything or watched me over the years, you know, I've taught everybody kind of how to do eggs. You really want 325 max, okay? And what's a good way to bring your griddle temperature down? Water. Water. It just takes the heat right out, right off of it. I'm gonna cook the eggs right there in the middle. Number one, it helps clean it. And number two, it takes the heat off. So now we have a perfect place to cook our eggs. I'm doing over easy. I like that presentation. You can also do scrambled. So what are we looking at here now? Well, I want to show me first. So we're at 200, anywhere from 290 to 300. Perfect for eggs, y'all. Perfect for eggs. So get you some little eggies. We got one. And we got twosies. We got a little clarified butter down there because that's just what we do, all right? Actually, we'll just do two. We're just doing one, actually. So, I'm gonna set some people off right here. Waffle House uses American cheese on their breakfast bowls. So, Hussey's gonna use some American cheese. They just put slices of American cheese right onto their hash browns. Again, somebody's gonna be set off and be like, oh, I want cheddar. I want cheddar. So, guess what? American today. American. Back to the eggs. You see this nice membrane or whatever. And also what you might have to do is you might have to cut your griddle on. Might need a little bit more, and that's fine. Just adjust and cook, all right? So I take my spatula just real carefully. You come around and I break that membrane up around. It'll cook a lot faster and you won't make anybody sick, okay? There we go. A lot of people say, yeah, put you a cover over it, Hussey. It'll cook faster, better, but you know, honestly, it'll haze up your yolk. I don't know, I just don't like it. Season with a little bit of salt. You could do heifer dust, but I don't want the flecks. I just want salt for right now. So we're just gonna let these go for, I don't know, it's gonna take another couple minutes or so, just until these whites are set. We're gonna build this bowl. Our eggs are set, and we're set. You ready? Let's do this. Hash browns with that lovely, lovely American cheese. We got our peppers and onions. Going to get our diced ham, okay? Flare it out real good, cause we bougie. A little bit of this chopped sausage right there. Come on, get a little bit more, Hussey. Let's go, right there. All right, here we go. Now our eggs. I believe I said it. I cut this middle burner on. Oh, got a little bit more of this hash brown right there. And it's ready. 1 and 2. That right there, my friends, is hash brown bowl, courtesy of my boss and Waffle House. Thank you very much. There's just a few other little things we need to do. A little bit of these sliced jallies, little jalapenos, okay? There we go. And I like a little Texas Pete. A little Texas Pete. I don't think they have Texas Pete at the Waffle House. I think they use some other brand. I know this is the moment you've all been waiting for. This right there. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that drippy, drippy. Let's give it a try now. All right, enough of that. Want to make sure, man, those hash browns are crispy. Man, I'm salivating. My jowls. Maggie, are you salivating? I like my hash browns a little crispy. Ready? Cheers. My friends, this is a good dish. This right here would make a grown man cry if he hadn't had anything to eat for a day or two. I'd eat it out of flip-flop. I mean, this is how good it is. Pretty good. If you go by Waffle House, I suggest you get this. But if you got a black son, I suggest you do it at home. It's better. I can't really say that. I never had this before, so it's just a recommendation, all right? Hey, appreciate you. I love this. It's good. First part, but you know, there's a bad part right there, Jacob. You see that? It's a piece of the onion. Get off of there, you little silly rascal. There we go. Kind of messed my groove up, but yeah, it's all right.
The other one too. That box doesn't make 7.
It says 7, but this is not Hussey 7.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
I forgot your kind.
Okay.
So 7 normal servings, like 2
Sometimes the servings you really can't put much, you know, emphasis on,
yeah,
Jacob. I mean, come on.
When you eat as much as you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably put. You think it might be best if I do? I might put the hash browns right here and the vegetables over here.
Okay.
All right, a good thing.
That's 12 for 7 servings.
Oh, now you want to say it. It got you right here. You hearing him?
I think.
Let's give in and get it.
You don't need to say anything.
I know. You ready? You gonna move?
Yeah, we need to soup people anyway time before you eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll have to. We don't have enough.